Welcome to the Torpedo Factory. My name is Brett Johnson. I'm the director of the Torpedo Factory Art Center, and I also represent the Office of the Arts for the City of Alexandria. The city is the current steward of an idea that started back in 1974. That's when a group of artists got together and worked with the city to create what is now seen as the creative engine on the Potomac.
My name is Greg Knott. I've been at the Torpedo Factory here for the last 6-7 years. It's been great. Love the space. I kind of inherited from David Cochran, who was here 35 so years. Made an incredible living here. I got into the arts about that same time. I was a commercial photographer beforehand and kind of accidentally got into the arts, but it took over the business. So it's now all I do is kind of rock, paper, scissors, duck, duck, goose. They're always multi-panel deconstructions of drinks, kids games, wine and cheese, you name it, I'll deconstruct it and illustrate it on multi-canvases with photography. And so it's been a lot of fun. I go down to Miami for a bunch of shows, which originally that was kind of, I just applied to them kind of as a spoof. I applied to 9 shows one winter, thinking maybe I'll get into 1, maybe 2. I won't sell anything. I'll go down with the kids, goof off on the beach. But to my surprise, I got into all 9 shows. I won Best in Show at 1, Best in Category at another one, and sales were great. And so again, it just very accidentally took over the business. Most of my work is commission pieces these days. This was one, a woman, her husband loved Chicago-style hot dog. No one gets that unless they've actually lived in Chicago. So it's kind of fun to see who comes in and gets it and who doesn't get it. This is another one of my commission pieces. And that's a lot of my drink pieces these days. Everyone wants a different vodka or a different mixer or a different drink. They mail me their glass sometimes. They bring in their bottle that they drink from. So it can be kind of some fun pieces. And it's nice to always have some alcohol in the studio for other artists that come in.
The Torpedo Factory Art Center represents a unique partnership between the city and literally hundreds of small businesses, nonprofit organizations, and creatives to create this unique setting that you see today. We have over 165 artists that call this place home. They all share 82 studios and 7 galleries on 3 floors within the Art Center. The artists represent photographers, painters, fiber artists, jewelers, photographers, metal workers, all the gamut that you can find here.
Hello, my name is Anna Kubovskaya and I'm a fiber artist at Torpedo Factory Art Center. I love to paint silk. This is actually my favorite medium, and I'm painting silk about 10 years. But I was born and raised and graduate from Industrial Art College in St. Petersburg, Russia. So I'm from Russia. And I came to the United States about 20 years ago, I guess. And I'm very happy to be at Torpedo Factory. It became my family. My focus is wearable art. I paint scarves, blouses, dresses, shawls, tunics, whatever people want. I really love to do something that people can use and bring for like their everyday life. I really love to make people feel beautiful and exquisite, and I love to see how much we transform actually when they're wearing some like silk shawl or something. So for this stuff, I'm using traditional batik technique. So I paint with silk dyes, and also I use, for outlines, I use resist. And also, all of my wearable art is washable because I set the colors by the steaming process, so you can enjoy the product as long as you want to, and also give it to next generation. So colors will stay forever.
The Art Center is also home to the Art League, which offers classes to students of all ages and all skill levels. It's also home to the Alexandria Archaeological Museum, which is a really cool place where you can come and learn about the history of Alexandria while also thinking about the future and experiencing new art ideas. So, why are we called the Torpedo Factory? Well, yes, we were actually a torpedo factory. We opened up back in 1919, so in a year we'll be 100 years old. The building was actually started construction in 1918. Ground broke on the day after World War I ended, and all through World War II it produced torpedoes. After the war, it kind of ended, and we became storage for places like the Smithsonian, the Office of Defense. So not only did we hold dinosaur bones, but we also held Nazi records for a number of years before the city of Alexandria then appropriated the building and took it over. You will notice that we do actually have two torpedoes that are here. One is painted green, and a lot of people ask why. The reason why is because that was one of the test torpedoes, so when they fired it, they could actually track it through the water.
My name is Don Veman. I'm an artist at the Torpedo Factory. My medium is enameling and the specific technique of cloisonné. Cloisonné is defined by using a thin ribbon of wire and having a back to the piece. So I take a long ribbon of wire, I cut and bend into small pieces. Those pieces create the design when they sit on a base, and they also function as walls. They make little walls around spaces. I then place enamel in those spaces. Enamel is glass, and it comes in a powder form. So I wet the powder, I apply a very thin layer of some of those enamels in some of those spaces. I let it dry and I fire it in a kiln at about 1300 degrees Fahrenheit. It melts the powder into a solid piece of glass. I then come back and add some more enamel. I do another layer, I fire that one. I do another layer, I fire that one. I do another layer, I fire that one. I build 6 or 7 or 8 layers, which we look through to see shading in the color. Traditional historical cloisonné is about combining blocks of color. But with transparent and semi-transparent enamels, I can create shading inside a space. That opens up design to all kinds of new possibilities. It makes tools to create depth and foreground and background. It creates shadow, it helps to create perspective.
I'm Andrea Gettings, and I'm an affiliate artist here at Discover Graphics, located in the Torpedo Factory. We are a charitable education facility. We teach classes in printmaking and workshops as well. We do all kinds of printmaking, lithography, etching, woodcut, lino cut. We have a lot of students, as well as we also have an affiliate artist program where established artists can come in and they can use our facility. We have some amazing artists that come through here, and it's just a really great place to work. Over here we have a Griffin lithography press, and Lyla and Nancy are working on Lyla's latest stone. The stone is what the artist draws the image on in order to print from.
So in lithography we use grease-sensitive limestones as a matrix for printing, and what we're doing is etching it with nitric acid to create a reservoir for the image to sit in under the surface so that it will hold ink, so that we can later use this machine to pull multiple prints of the same image off of the stone.
So my name is Lyric Prince and I am a postgrad resident at Torpedo Factory, and I'm one of 4 people that are going to be here this year. So it's a 3-month sort of duration of project where I'm going to be here from January to March, and then somebody else is going to be here from April to June, etc., etc. So right now I'm working on pattern work, making, and I mostly use materials such as brushes, sponge brushes, and let's see, even pens. Also, I do pop-ups, which, it basically opens and closes and can go completely flat, and it just pops out to this 3-dimensional piece. For the brushwork that I use, I have this really small stroke right here, and then I have a larger one over here with a broader brush, and then over here the lines, are made with a special brush that is dipped in sumi ink, which is a Japanese style ink. So I've been here so far 2 months, and I'm really enjoying myself and meeting a lot of really cool people, and hoping that I can have something even greater to look forward to after all of this is over.
Today, a big word you hear is placemaking, where you take an old building or an old location and make it into something new and creative. Well, back in 1974, when the Torpedo Factory Art Center became the Art Center, that wasn't even a concept. So we helped start that whole craze. So when you visit, you get to experience all the culture here. You can even come any day of the week. You'll get to see an artist working, whether you're talking to that artist, whether you're bringing home a piece of artwork to put on your wall to inspire your kid to see something real and something human, whether you're taking a class here with the Art League, or whether you're just coming for one of our really cool nighttime programs to experience something new, like seeing how science and art connect, or seeing how the past and art connect today. You're going to find something that inspires the creativity in you, and that's our mission here at the Torpedo Factory Art Center.